Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank God for the grandmothers. God for us. Welcome to Cabaret. I just want to talk to you a little bit about what it is, okay? It is an ensemble that's made up of some satire, some jazz, some comedy, and for us, it's different. Many years ago, cabaret meant small chamber, chambrette. It was a French word. And it was used for the artists to get together. You know, those crazy artists, musicians, painters. And they would get together in things called saloons and talk about art. And they would show off and perform. And then welcome. And then it just grew and reinvented itself in about 1970. And in New York, it started doing a lot of jazz clubs all over the United States, jazz clubs. They were little dark cellars with lots of smoke, and none of you inhabited any of that. But today, cabaret is different in New York. It takes on performers, artists, comedians, and it's alive and growing. It's a venue for the young performer to learn. It takes down the fourth wall, and it makes it a little bit more threatening, a little bit more intimate, and it's a challenge for them. They do it very, very well. This is a class. Any of you could join the class. It's called Cabaret, and the other class is called Acting 2. We also have Acting 1. But in the spring, we do Acting 2 and we do Cabaret. And you will see all different ages, all different types of performers. Our drama students, some of them are the first time they've ever been dancing. And they've done an incredible job. And I can thank Angela Fazio over here, our director, for all this stuff. Susan Braden, Professor Braden. Our professors, by base. Wonderful new student, Kristen. I twisted his arm in here. So sit back and enjoy Cabaret. Thank you very much.
Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life.
I jump in the shower and my blood starts pumping out on the street where the traffic is jumping. Oops, send me on a job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your time and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5 for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. Want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5.
This next scene is from the musical 9 to 5, and it is about a senior office manager, Violet, who is approached by a junior accountant about going on a date. And she's very nervous because she hasn't done that in a long time. Oh, I hate this stupid typewriter. Yesterday, I had to go back to the Stone Ages and use whiteout when it broke. That's nothing. In the old days, if you made a mistake like that, you had to retype the entire document. You said it, sister.
I hear that next year they're coming out with a new typewriter with triple pitch, with electronic keyboards, and wait for it, automatic right margin justification. Heads up, hunky accountant at 11 o'clock. Word in the ladies' room, he's got the hots for you.
Stop, I'm a widow.
Just because you're not going to order doesn't mean you can't peruse the menu.
Hey, Violet.
I think I hear my typewriter calling me.
Say, did you get a chance to take care of those Ajax files?
Here they are, all signed and sealed by heart.
Violet, you are the best, and I'm only saying that because I want you to like me. Wait, no, I mean, I'm not only saying that because I want you to like me. Joe, you idiot! Little TGIF, huh?
Woohoo!
Woo! Hey, you know what I was thinking?
Time to get back to work.
How about dinner? Tomorrow night?
I don't know, Joe. How late do your parents let you stay up?
Junior accountant, senior office manager? I can't think of a better pair.
It's the junior-senior thing that worries me. Plus, I have to spend the weekends with my son, single parent, you know.
Well, bring him! I am fantastic with youthful adolescent boys who think I'm trying to put the moves on the mother.
Tell you what, I'll think about it.
Just think about it. Do it. Just do it.
Just do it. That'd be a great slogan for something. See? The day starts like the rest we've seen, another carbon copy of an old routine. Days keep coming, one out, one in, they keep coming. I don't know what I wish I had, but there's no time now for thinking things like that. We've got too much to do. All these same things, we're always opening up, letting the day in. Over a cup, we'll say, hello, how you been? Looking around, seeing the same things every day brings. Hello, how you been? Thank you. Come again. Some things never change. I wouldn't call this place a happy end, but I've been around the block and just came back again. A small town like ours ain't much, but sometimes home is where your ass ends up. Ordered up is how the day will find me. Everything in its place and time, and I like the way most of the days look exactly the same. Hello, how you been? Thank you, come again. Some things never change.
This next scene you're about to see is a scene from the play called Working, and during this scene, many different employees at many different jobs are talking about whether they like their job, whether they hate it, and they're doing it in the format of a commercial.
Working, take. Where is she? Where's the first confessional? Supposed to be here 5 minutes ago. I
Sorry,
swear.
sir, I'm right here. I'm sorry.
Working, take one, action.
I get to work at 7 a.m. and I don't leave until 5 p.m. Whew. I mean, in between my meetings, I try to answer messages, emails, and I try to avoid my boss. No luck there. One always has a boss, your boss has a boss, and there's politics the entire time. One time a notice was sent out that said, "The Brotherhood of Cubicle Cuties would like to have a Christmas party." And of course, the Satan boss I have now called me in and said, "You can't start a union here." I just looked at him and said, "Excuse me, you should be focusing more on the fact that we haven't delivered any work for 3 months." You're next. Oh, God. Well, action!
I paper the walls of my cubicle with posters, I bring in flowers, I brought in my favorite ceramic lamp. This little collection of things on top of my computer, we call them computer gods. Yeah, I guess I had more decorations than I thought, but I like getting fun things. Because it's, you know, if you look at this place with all the decorations, it's kind of a drab looking place. So things like glow-in-the-dark skeletons go a long way.
Very nice. Next! All right, and action.
I've been in a lot of different cubes. I've been in the high wall cubes, been in the half high cubes. At one place, they didn't have any cubes. They were just desks. 8 of us, all sitting at little desks with little phone lines and little buttons that light up when you're on them. My career is really taking off.
Very nice. Next, please. Who is this? Okay, never mind. And action.
I can see the programmer. The little reflection of the cubicle next to me. At night, I can see what she's doing. Sometimes she's emailing jokes to my sister.
Sit down.
I also acquired a webcam. I set it up so that it points behind me, and I have this little window on my computer, which is the webcam picture. So if anybody walks behind me, I can see them.
Next person, please. Thank you. Okay, and action.
This industry is highly hit by mergers, which means significant layoffs. I've been through 2 of them. You see, I understand that there's no loyalty anymore. I understand that they have a business to run, and they will lay me off if it's prudent. I accept that. But for people 20 years senior, the lifers, they feel like, we've given our whole lives here, and for a few measly bucks, you're tossing us aside. I'm like, get over it, it's a different world out there. There's no loyalty anymore. I don't think that anyone my age believes that they got hired here, that they've got a job for life. What they're thinking is, I'm going to get as much as I can from this company, and then I'm going to move and make more money.
Very nice. Last person, please. They're all nuts. I'm convinced. And action.
Jobs are not big enough for people. When you ask somebody who they are, they define themselves by their jobs. I'm a doctor, I'm a radio announcer, I'm a carpenter, whatever that's supposed to tell me. When somebody asks me, I say, I'm Amanda McKinney, and at certain points in time, I do things for a living.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Well, boys, I guess I'm not cut out for this, but I mean, I need advice.
There's a big shiny future you've been dying to buy. Better start power lunching in your power side. You can't wait for fate to somehow intervene. If you wanna be somebody, it's all about the green.
Excuse me, it's a little more.
No, it's all about the green.
Well, his advice sucks. How about you?
Some may say you're headed down a crooked trail, but if you sell your soul, at least you made a sale. You could end world hunger or create a vaccine, but if you wanna be somebody, it's all about the green.
I wanna be somebody. It's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody,
It's all about the big bucks.
fat chefs,
Bring flights to LAX.
Slush buns.
high fives,
Trading stocks and trading wives.
C notes.
half G's,
Flying out the Japanese.
Land deals.
down in Boca doing drinks with Ayatollah. Yeah, it's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody. It's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody,
It's all about the
Wait a minute. I just remembered. There's a coffee shop in Seattle that's thinking of going national. How about that for a starting business?
Nobody's ever gonna pay $3 for a cup of coffee.
Why not?
Now, bring me some real tips.
I got something. My brother works at Coca-Cola. They're changing the formula, and they're gonna sell it as New Coke.
That's brilliant! coal stock you can get your hands on.
Excuse me.
See, Vanessa? It's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody. It's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody. It's all about the bankrolls. Legal tender, stripper screaming.
Hey, big spender.
Cutthroat firm expansion.
Regroup at the Playboy Mansion.
Blue chips, pink slips.
Foreign beers and ego trips.
Bankboards, getting Nancy jelly beans from Ron and Nancy. Yeah, it's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody. It's all about the green.
Wanna be somebody. It's all about the green.
In this next 9-to-5 scene you're about to see, the head of office, Mr. Tinsworthy, has decided to pay Mr. Hart's office a visit because apparently the office has been doing really well because of 3 certain secretaries.
Enough lollygagging! Back to work!
What do we owe you the pleasure?
Hello, Hart. What's with the pajamas?
It's the end of the week, sir. We feel we're more productive if we're more relaxed. So Mr. Hart instituted something called Casual Friday.
Casual Friday. I like it. But it's Thursday.
Oh.
That's Mr. Hart for you, always ahead of the curve.
Hart, I must say I'm dumbfounded over what's been going on the last couple of weeks.
Well, I'm relieved. So you're here so we can clean up this mess. You see, Mr. Tinsworthy, there's something that you need to know.
Damn right. I need to know who's responsible.
These 3 women...
For the 20% rise in productivity!
Wait, what?
You say these 3 women are responsible.
Yes. No, I mean, Violet...
Violet! Violet Newstead. This is Violet Newstead. Must say, I've heard a lot about you over the years, Violet.
Thank you, Mr. Tinsworthy.
What's been going on?
Sir, I think...
Hart! Hush! I'm talking to the lady.
Carry on.
Well, my colleagues, Judy Bentley and Dorley Rhodes,
That's me.
thought it was time to make some changes in the office.
Yeah, we thought with some new... Oh, sorry. Jeez. We thought with some new ideas, job sharing, flexible hours, daycare. We thought we could improve the quality of life here at Consolidated.
And increase productivity at the same time. And Mr. Hart signed off on all the changes. Dorley has copies of every memo.
Just how many memos are we talking here?
About 100.
Hart! I am so proud of you for nurturing such creative thinking, and from secretaries, no less.
Oh God, here we go.
I want you by my side, Hart. I think it's time you came to work with me.
It would be an honor, sir.
Mr. Tinsworthy, I think you just might want to take a look at
Before
this.
we get to that, Mr. Tinsworthy, I think you need to know what these 3 women have really been up to.
Sir, we're the ones who...
In spite how I've worked to make this company feel like a family,
A family?
or the sacrifices I've made so that all my girls could reach their greatest potential.
Your girls?
While these 3 girls were painting the desks and hanging curtains in a Xerox room, sir, they were also holding me.
Hostage! Violet, no!
Excuse me, what?
Oh, it's no use. He's gonna get us anyway. But before we spend the next 30 years in prison making pen pals in Nebraska, I just want to say something first. This place was hell until we fixed it. We do all the work of keeping things running around here, Mr. Tinsworthy, not him. He drinks scotch and plays golf and takes all the credit. And why? Because he's the guy.
Well, wait a minute!
No, you wait a minute. I've been waiting my whole life! You see, we're not the guy. We're just the little guy. The little guy doesn't play golf. He plays catch-up. The little guy is late getting the kids to school because of work and late getting to work because of the kids. The little guy cooks and coaches balls and balances budgets and squeezes a dollar as far as it can go and works her ass off. And if that doesn't qualify her to be heard and seen and respected, well, what does? So yeah, we kidnapped Mr. Hart and threw him in the back of my Buick.
And tied him up like a little pig at the state fair. And we strung him up with the garage door opener.
We tried to make everything better around here, Mr. Tinsworthy, and now he's gonna get all the credit and we're gonna get 10 to life.
Garage door opener. Young lady, you're one hell of a joker.
What?
Hart, I'm so proud of you. I'm promoting you all the way to the top.
Thank you, sir.
The Bolivian operation is just beginning to take off. I could use a man like you.
Bolivia.
Congratulations, Mr. Hart. It couldn't happen to a more deserving person.
Olivia? But what about Violet? She knows more about this office as I do.
Another ingenious thought. Only a visionary like you would suggest a female CEO. Of course, if you want the job, Violet.
Yes, sir, I want it.
I'd like to accompany Mr. Hart to Olivia. I speak fluent French.
I need you to stay here. You're reporting directly under Miss Newstead.
Not that I'm not flattered, sir.
Frank, you better get packing. I've got inside info. There's a military coup down there. You know how that can impede travel.
But, sir, we can discuss...
Frank, I'm not one for taking no for an answer. Bob.
Yes, sir.
Get him out of here.
Yes, sir.
What? Hey! Hey, I don't want to go! Hey! Get your head!
Have fun. Excellent work, all three of you. Don't you worry about Harvey. Won't be in your hair for a very long time. Carry on.
Oh my God, did that just happen? What happened?
I was making copies, more copies of the annual report, and the Xerox machine went crazy.
I get it, I guess.
Oh, no, I think we'll have Ross handle it. Go fix the Xerox machine, Ross.
But I...
Ross, get in there and start to show a little esprit de corps. Chop, chop.
Holy merde.
Your story's sad to tell. A teenage ne'er-do-well most makes up on delinquents on the ball. Your future's so unclear now. What's left of your career now? Can't even get a trade-in on your smock. Beauty school dropouts, no graduation day for you. Beauty school dropouts, guess your midterms and full shampoo. Well, at least you could have taken time to wash and clean your clothes up after spending all that dough to have the doctor fix your nose up. Can we get moving? Why keep your feeble hopes alive? What are you proving? You got the dream, but not the drive. When you go for your diploma, you can join the STEM pool. Turn in your T's and comb and go back to high school. Beauty school dropouts, hanging around the corner store. Beauty school dropouts, it's about time you knew the score. Well, they couldn't teach you anything. You think you're such a looker, but no customer would go to you unless she was a hooker. Baby, don't sweat it. You're not cut out to hold a job. Better forget it. Who wants their hair done by a slob? Well, your bangs are curled, your lashes curl, but still the world is cruel. Wipe off that angel face and go back to high school. Baby, don't blow it.
she shocks, I can get off on my rocks. You know that I ain't bragging, she's a real pussy wagon, grease lightning. Go grease lightning, you're burning up a quarter mile. Grease lightning, go grease lightning, go grease lightning, you're coasting through the heat last trial. Grease lightning, go grease lightning, you want supreme, the chicks will scream. Grease lightning. You're burning up a quarter mile. Grease lightning, go grease lightning, go grease lightning. You're coasting through the heat last trial. Grease lightning, go grease lightning. You want supreme, the chicks will scream. Grease lightning. Yeah!
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of treated, we get tricked. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Don't it feel like the wind is always howling? Don't it feel like there's never any light? Once a day, don't you wanna throw the towel in? It's easier than putting up a fight. No one's there when your dreams at night get creepy. No one cares if you grow or if you shrink.
No one's tried if your eyes get wet and weepy. From the vine, you would think this place would sing.
Oh, Santa Claus we never see. Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he? No one cares for you a smidge when you're in an orphanage.
It's a hard knock life.
Yes, it is.
It's a hard knock life.
Yes, it is.
It's a hard knock life.
Yes, it is.
So I was thinking, the whole first scene of our show could just be us talking.
Like this conversation.
Yeah.
So like whatever I say in this conversation makes it in the show. Like
Yes.
if I say Wonder Woman for president.
I don't know about that.
Wonder Woman for president!
Never mind.
What? It's a show I pay to go see.
Me too. But would an audience really want to sit through something like that?
What if this dialogue were set to music? What if what we're saying could be said in a song?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Perhaps we could use it. Music in a musical, how can we go wrong? We could ask significant questions. We could get important points across. Like, are we writing for art?
And is art a springboard for fame?
And will fame get folks to trust us? But will they trust us if it's just us, me and you? Two nobodies in New York. Hey, I think it's working. We're discovering choices. Lots of things to think about when writing a show.
Creating a vehicle to showcase our talents. And I don't mean our vocal cords, I mean what's below.
We could ask significant questions. We could get important points across. Like, are we writing for art?
And is art a springboard for fame?
And will fame get us a paycheck? Or will a paycheck mean that we're sellouts? And if we sell out, will they yell out, me and you? Two nobodies in New York. Key change!
Maybe someday our show will get a theater. And if not this festival, then somewhere out west.
TV actors in our show, what could be better?
Josh!
Wait, what? What?
Sorry, but over this a million times, you know the lyric is sweeter.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Since we're stopped, one of the words is 2 syllables and the other's 3, so it goes sweeter. Theater. Does that rhyme?
Yes!
It does.
Yeah, yes! I'm sorry, Susan, from the key change.
We're gonna go back in the middle of the show. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe someday our show will get a theater. And if not this festival, then somewhere out west.
TV actors in our show, what could be sweeter?
You guys.
Welcome.
We can get that actress who was on Empty Nest.
Dinah Manoff? She's awesome.
Yeah.
She was in Grease.
Yeah.
And leader on the pack. We
relevant questions. We could get important points across, like are we writing for art? And is art a springboard for fame? And will fame get us a sitcom? And will a sitcom get us on Ellen? And will Ellen get folks to like us? And if they like us, will they mic us, me and you, to Nobody's in New York? Oh, nobody's in New York!
This next scene is another scene from the play Working, and during this scene, you are going to see what it's like to be a receptionist.
Make 2 round trips to Milwaukee, pass the 2 blocks of my house, never go home. Sit in your truck and your only companionship's your own thoughts. Get mighty lonely not talking to anybody for 48 hours. Halfway back to Milwaukee, I call dispatch. I'll tell you, you're never glad to talk to him. Hello, Chet, this is... Hello? Hello! Totally squat phone company.
That's for you. Bell Atlantic, may I help you?
Yeah, I just got cut off.
I'm sorry, sir. May I have the number you were calling?
Yeah, 219-765-5910.
I'm sorry, sir. It looks like that number is busy.
Jesus, lady, I was just talking to him. What the hell's your problem?
I'm sorry, sir. I suggest maybe the party's trying to call you. Wait 5 minutes and then try calling the number again. That's yours.
Again. Sometimes you get nerves to talk to them and say, gee, what's the matter, if they sound upset. But all you can really say is, I'm sorry you're having trouble. If you get caught talking with a customer, that's 1 mark against you. One time, someone called and said, operator, I'm mighty lonesome. Will you talk to me? But all I can say is, gee, I'm sorry, I just can't. I'm a communications person, and I can't communicate.
Here I thought that a receptionist was the dumb broad at the front desk taking voicemails and emails. Jeez Louise. Well, now I'm one, so naturally I've changed my opinion. I mean, she had to be special, right? I mean, I thought I was special. Or at least until this one office party we had, I'd be having a fairly intelligent conversation with someone, and the minute they asked me, hey, what do you do for a living? And I said, oh, I'm a receptionist. They'd make up some lame excuse and walk away. Now, I come up with other names for what I do. Communications control, servo mechanism. I'm tired at the end of the day.
Strange, but you get
Tired of talking.
You talk constantly for 6 hours if
There isn't a 10-minute break in the day, and you can't think. All you do is just sit here and talk on the phone all day, and then I have to transfer the call to whoever's going to, and you know what, it's annoying because people who I'm talking are overwhelmed when I'm talking.
Makes the night go faster.
For you it does. There you go, Picasso. That's yours.
Sometimes to make the day go faster, I'll do drawings, Mangéon sort of things of nature, never people. I pretend I'm alone and things are quiet. I call it the land of no phone. I never answer the phone when I'm at home.
I saw this ad in the paper. Equal opportunity employer. Salary plus commission. When I got the job, I was so thrilled. All I had to do was talk on the phone. when you have to think of what to say, they all don't ring out.
Hello,
Belantic.
this is Miss DeBow. May I have a
Help you?
moment of your time?
I'm
If
sorry,
you would
sir.
only
That
for
number's
3
busy.
short months subscribe to our newspaper.
Please, we wait 5 minutes,
It's
then
for a
place your
worthy
call.
cause to help blind children. Hello? It's something to run into somebody who asks, "It's a nice day out, operator. How's your day? Busy? Did you have a rough day?" You're so thankful for these people. You say, "Oh, yes, it's been an awful day."
Thank you for asking.
Scene.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you could be, I could be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can hit a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yes.
Soaking a rat.
And you know you can sing, I can sing higher.
I can sing any note higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 Well, how do you sing that, huh?
I'm a girl. Anything you can buy, I can buy cheaper. I can buy anything cheaper than you.
50 cents.
40 cents.
30 cents.
20 cents.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say softer.
I can say anything softer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
I can drink my liquor faster than a flicker.
I can drink it quicker and get even sicker.
I can open any safe.
Without being thought.
You bet.
That's what I thought, you girl.
Any note you can hold, I can hold longer.
I can hold any no longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No,
Yes,
you
I
Yes, you can.
Anything you can wear, I can wear better. In what you wear, I look better than you.
In my coat.
In your vest.
In my shoes.
In your hat.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say faster.
I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't. No, you can't. I can jump a hurdle.
I can wear a girdle.
I can knit a sweater.
I can feel it better.
I can do most anything.
Can you make a pie?
No.
Yeah, neither can I.
I can sing sweeter.
I can sing anything sweeter than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I
You can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Next scene is from 42nd Street, in which all the company from the show tries to find a replacement for the lead that just broke her ankle.
Wait a minute.
What?
Why does the show have to close?
Because our star just kind of broke her ankle.
So we get someone to replace her.
Someone to replace Brock.
Someone to replace Brock.
What about Marilyn Eden?
She's in London.
Mary McKay.
Hollywood.
What's her name? Nora Sinclair. She sings, she dances, she acts.
And has been for the past 60 years.
I don't know.
Wait a minute, I have someone who can do it.
Who?
Peggy Sawyer.
That kid?
Yes, Peggy. She's got a voice that'll panic him, and she can dance rings around Brock.
She has got something.
And she sure is pretty.
Oh. It might be worth a try. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to catch Mr. March before he leaves the theater.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Marsh.
What?
There may be a way where you don't have to close the show.
My dear Miss Riley, if there was someone in the company with that much talent, don't you think I would have noticed her?
Maybe not in this case.
We're wasting our time.
All you have to do is give her a chance. Isn't anything better than closing the show?
Who is she?
Peggy Sawyer.
That good?
Yes, Peggy. She's got a voice that'll panic him, and she can dance rings around Brock.
A raw beginner. This is her first job in the chorus.
No, wait a minute, boss. She is the best dancer in the lot.
That's not carrying a show. Brock's such an easy performer. She's fooled all of you. That sort of style takes years of experience to develop.
Unless this kid's got it naturally, which she just might have.
Do you know how many songs she has to learn? Not to mention all the pages, the routines.
She's young, boss. Kids can do anything.
You could put dancing back in the show, boss.
Yes,
It's worth a try.
All right, send her in.
There's only one hit, though. You're just fired.
But it may not be too late to get her back. She's taking the 11:10 to Allentown. Well, that still gives you 20 minutes to get down to Broad Street Station.
Oh, we gotta go get her. Get her up that train. I'm on Miss Sawyer in New York, ready to work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
In Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia? And lose $10,000 a night?
Maybe.
Our only chance is to ship the show to New York, beat the part into her in 36 hours, and open cold on Thursday. Now get going!
Okay.
This is my job. I fired her. It's up to me to get her back.
Hey, boss, I can go.
I said I'll go. Thank you, and you might have done me quite a favor.
Anytime, Mr.
Let's
Marsh.
go.
All right, we'll give him 15 minutes to convince her, then we'll bring in the big guns.
Scene.
We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. The sky is sunny. Open depression, you are through. You've done us wrong. We've never seen a headline about a red line today. And when we see the landlord, we can look that guy right in the eye. We're in the money. Come on, my honey. Let's spend it, send it rolling along. We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. The sky is sunny. Open depression, you are through. You've done us wrong. We never see a headline about a red line today. And when we see the landlord, we can look that guy right in the eye. We're in the money. Come on, my honey. Let's spend it, blend it, send it rolling along.
So, register. And you can have all this fun with Angelo, myself, and Susan, and Frank, and Kristen next year. So the registration slips are right outside. Have fun and join us. Thank you so much. Weren't they wonderful? Another.
us are all